We've come here to Althorpe House in Northamptonshire with around 30 vehicles so that journalists can drive them and touch and feel them and appreciate what we've done to them recently, because we have made some changes. The main reason why transit's so popular is that it has evolved over the years. We've managed to refine it, I would dare say, not to perfection, but as close to perfection as we can get it. And as a consequence, customers have a great deal of confidence in it because they know it and they understand it. And we've not introduced all new vehicles, which has taken them by surprise and asked them to take on board a completely new feature. There are many different types of transits available, and in fact, in total, there are about 100,000 different variants, taking into account all the different options and models. But basically, there are buses, chassis cabs, and 3 different sizes of van. And they start at the top with our rather outlandish super van, which costs around £200,000 and would do 160 miles an hour. And they go down through the range to the smallest van, the cheapest van, which is would cost around £11,000. The vans vary in size from 6 cubic metres to 12 cubic metres, so there's a significant difference in there. Most of them have diesel engines, and they range from 70 horsepower to 100 horsepower, and their load length differs considerably with the 3 different load lengths, and we have 3 different roof heights as well. So there are many different combinations. The basic vehicles that come out of the factory are the 3 different sizes of van that are 3-seaters, passengers, 2 passengers and a driver, and then a load space at the back. 3 different sizes of bus, 12-seaters, 15-seaters and 17-seaters, and then chassis cabs. And the many variants that you see here today, like the ambulances, the mobile workshops, the mobile office that we're in here now, and the fire engines, a lot of those are based on the standard vehicles and converted by outside manufacturers.
We're here today just to catch up on what Ford's doing this year with its transit range in particular, and with this 5-door Maverick. We've driven the 3-door version of this before in van form, but we haven't driven the 5-door, which is a longer wheelbase off-road. These courses are designed to show off how good these vehicles are off-road, especially in articulation, keeping all 4 wheels on the ground, and just how good they are taking downhill slopes, uphill, how good the engine copes with the terrain. The people who need vehicles like these are people like forestry workers, farmers, people who need 4-wheel drive but also need a carrying capacity. Most people don't make like commercial versions of off-roaders, but the manufacturers that do, this is up there with the best of them.
This particular vehicle is one of the latest 2 transits that Ford have introduced. It's a Transit 190 long cube, and it's been designed as a long wheelbase van for carpet fitters and people who want to carry long objects, but they don't want the high roof because they don't carry volume. And that's the idea of it. The Ford strategy now is to produce a vehicle that is a van, but it's much more car-like, and all the features they're starting to introduce is achieving this. You've got a much better seating fabric, all the controls are very good. They've now put a new radio in with big buttons on, so you don't have to fiddle around taking your eyes off the road. The whole ambience of the vehicle is accented towards a car driver, and it's so easy to drive. Well, I don't think it's got many major failings. Obviously, Ford have got an ongoing development program, so they're sorting things out by operator clinics. The only thing I'm a little bit unsure with this van is they've added 2 armrests to the driver's seat. Now, that's fine for long distance work when you can relax a little bit and you're just concentrating on steering the traffic. But they're a darn nuisance when you're in town because they do get in the way of your arm when you want a gear change. So there are long wheelbase vans, but most of them don't offer it with a standard roof. So that with the long wheelbase, you get a high roof. So people who want to carry weight but not volume would find that they're paying for something they don't necessarily need. So it's a good idea to bring in a van that can carry weight without necessarily dragging a lot of volume around, because high roofs inherently cut fuel consumption, because there's more to go through the air.
Our plans for the future are to refine the vehicle further and further and hopefully achieve yet further increases in sales. The name Transit's going to be with us for many, many years to come. I see no reason why we should be changing that. Of course we have a new vehicle on the drawing boards, as every manufacturer does, and it's not yet ready for production, and I think from what you can see today it's not really needed yet.